We'll open tonight's Committee of the Whole for the Auburn City Council meeting for October the 5th, 2021. The City Council should have their minutes from the Committee of the Whole from the September 21st meeting. Are there any additions or corrections for the Committee of the Whole minutes? If not, is there a move to approve?
Move for approval.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Questions on the agenda for the city manager? Any questions from the council on tonight's agenda? Okay. Ms.
Mayor, I
Crouch,
just
is
wanted to
anything for us?
point out, I had emailed you a revised copy of the September 21st minutes where we had inadvertently misnumbered some resolutions, and those are corrected in the online version of what I emailed you, and they're sitting before you on the dais this evening. Sorry about that.
Okay.
That's all we have.
So in the consent agenda, we don't have to notate these as being amended minutes?
No,
Okay.
they're not amended official minutes. I'm putting before you have the correct information as the ones that are posted online.
Okay. All right. Any other questions for the city manager? Not, is there a move to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, we are adjourned. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get started right at 7 o'clock. We'll call to order tonight's Auburn City Council meeting for October the 5th, 2021. Roll call, Lindsay.
Here.
Dixon,
Here.
Griswold,
Here.
Hovey,
Here.
Parsons,
Here.
Smith,
Present.
Taylor,
Here.
Witten. Here. And
Here. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll begin tonight by recognizing our Employee of the Month and our Service Awards. I'm Mayor Ron Anders, and we're proud to introduce you to our October 2021 Employee of the Month, as well as our other outstanding employees here at the City of Auburn. I'm Mayor Ron Anders, and I'm proud today to introduce you to the City of Auburn's September Employee of the Month. I do have a memorandum here from Becky Richardson, the Parks and Rec Director for the City of Auburn, sent to Megan McGowan Crouch, the Auburn City Manager. Cedric Walker began working for the City of Auburn in March of 2015 as a temporary park maintenance worker. He was promoted to a regular position as park maintenance worker in March of 2017. Cedric, along with other regular employees, are responsible for Town Creek Park maintenance in addition to some of our other parks in the city. He is friendly to the patrons of the park, and they often give him suggestions. He has worked with his fellow crew members to initiate various changes to protocols in response to the high use that the park experiences. Cedric is quick to volunteer to assist in areas he would not usually work. In the lead up to the Juneteenth celebration, there were a number of park maintenance workers out, and he stepped in to not only prepare Sam Harris Park for the event, but also to make sure that other parks were ready for the weekend as well. He has also assisted the cemetery crew when they have been shorthanded, and his demeanor makes him an excellent candidate to work funerals as well as being in the cemetery when families visit. He is well-rounded, enthusiastic in team meetings with the park crew, and exhibits excellent leadership. I am proud to recommend him as the Employee of the Month for the month of September. Congratulations. Thank you. Certainly want to congratulate Cedric for being our Employee of the Month, and thank you to all of our other employees for your service awards. Becky, thank you. 45 years. That's a long time. Congratulations. All the best to Brian Simpson and Lisa Ledbetter and Pam Owen as they move into retirement. Thank you for all that they do. Under Mayor's Communications tonight, just a couple of things. Last Friday, I was able to recognize and fortunate and blessed to recognize Down Syndrome Day in the city of Auburn, and participated in an event with the Eagles group over at Auburn University. And what a special organization, special group of employees over there, and special group of students that are participating in our Eagles program at Auburn University. If you ever want to get in a good mood and put a smile on your face, I encourage you to go and see those young people and what they do each and every day. I was invited to take a tour of the new Albix facility a couple of weeks ago, and what an impressive facility that's going to be. What a great asset that it's going to be to the city of Auburn. It's just very interesting and fascinating, and frankly, I don't totally understand everything that they're capable of doing, but it's going to be wonderful. There's a lot of work going on out there. There's a big commitment from the ownership out there to make things happen, and we look forward to its opening here in the near future. I also want to remind everybody in our community that the State of the City will be held on Monday, October the 25th at the Gooch Center at 5:30, and we certainly encourage you to come and listen to what's been going on in your community here over the last 12 months, and we'll be recognizing six citizens with the Mayor's Lamplighter Award at the end of the State of the City. And then finally, I just wanted to maybe have the city manager talk about some of the new communication that some of our departments are utilizing now. And we got an announcement this afternoon about public safety and some of the social media that they'll be using now. If you'd just kind of go through that and let the community know what's going on.
Well, real quickly, Mayor, one of the goals that I had when I came into office as city manager in February was to increase social media presence for the city. Not that we haven't been doing it, but there was much more to come, and we had a lot more to say, and our citizens are interested in different departments and different things that they do. So the first individual department is public safety that we launched Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram today. We had a little glitch yesterday. It was supposed to be launch day, and somehow Facebook caught wind of it and had a big problem. And so that thwarted our attempts. We got Paul Register with a great video explaining kind of what we're trying to do, and Coffee with Cops is one of the first upcoming events going on, but we want our citizens, if they want that level of information and content from our public safety department, we're going to be providing that to them. Kind of piggybacking on their social media efforts will be ultimately Library and Parks and Recreation will also be getting their own social media channels as well as using the city main line. So we have a lot of people very interested in all of those departments. For now, that will be where we'll sit with that and keep it there. Kind of in tandem with that, public safety will be adding a position in the public affairs, public relations realm that deals with a lot of communication with citizens about events and other things that will follow on. We'll be advertising that soon. I don't believe it's posted yet, Paul. No. But I really appreciate the work of a public affairs team in my office, as well as public safety's work very hard. This came together. It was a culmination of a lot of work, but recently it came together very quickly, and I hope people follow those pages and enjoy what they have to say.
Good. Thank you for that. And you mentioned Coffee with Cops. I believe that's in the morning. Is that correct?
Paul?
Yes, it's in the morning at Ross House Coffee right across the street.
And anybody from the community is welcome.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. What a great idea. Okay, anyone on the council have an announcement they'd like to make tonight?
I would.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to thank Parks and Recreation for having the Martin Luther King Park prepared on Saturday. The youth, our scouts, well, I call them my scouts, they went out and they had a good time in the park on Saturday. They played kickball, and I just want to also thank some of the officers that was off duty, came out and watched them played on Saturday, and they actually got in the game and played with them. And so that was really exciting for the children, and they really enjoyed it. So they want to challenge the youth, want to challenge the adults to a kickball game. So I guess I would try to play in that some kind of way. And the other thing is that on Monday, my scouts will be having a meeting on October the 11th, Monday coming up. And we have a guest speaker, and that's going to be our Auburn University Athletic Director. He will be there to speak to the children on Monday and interact with them and eat dinner with them. So if anyone is invited to come out if you want to just, take a picture with him or whatever. But he will be there Monday at 11.
And where's that event going to be?
At Boykin.
In Boykin. Okay. Thank you, Connie. Anyone else? Yes, go.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I've been asked to announce and report on the city's cost of Councilman Dixon's lawsuit regarding the short-term rentals. So as provided by the city attorney, it's my understanding that $18,932.91 has been billed in attorney fees and costs in defense of this case as of August 31st, 2021. That's all.
Okay, anyone else?
I just would like to mention, and Connie and I are part of a Relay for Life team, the Pioneers in Purple, which are made up of a group of women who are elected officials from the county, the city of Opelika, city of Auburn, and within the county statewide. And so October is a big Relay for Life month, and so you might see some things about our group, the Pioneers in Purple. And I haven't been very engaged to date, but hopefully we'll get some support as we move through October.
Thank you,
Y'all
Ms.
miss me and Beth miss taking pictures on Sunday. So
Okay, anyone else on the council have an announcement?
Yes, sir, Mayor, if I may.
Sure.
We're going to have a Ward 8 meeting for citizens on October the 18th out at Kiesel Park. It starts at 5:30. I'd like for all the residents that can of Ward 8 and any other ward, if you want to hear it, come out into the meeting. We got an individual that wants to develop the property at Cox and Wire Road. And I wanted to get the public's input and my constituents' input, see how they feel about the development. So that's what will be discussed. We'll discuss anything you want to discuss about Ward 8 that night, but primary reason for having the board meeting is for talk to the people that are wanting to develop the property.
Thank you, Tommy. All right, anyone else? Okay.
Real quick.
Sure.
I want to say a praise. I had my ward meeting last night, and a resident had made a request to me regarding a no outlet sign on his road. It was a roundabout or a cul-de-sac, and he had asked me, I think last week, and I emailed Megan, and that sign was up within about 2 hours, maybe. I mean, not that quick, but within the
That
day.
quick, within a few days, yes.
Citizen was very happy. He said, that is, I feel like that's unusual for government to be so quick. I said, well, that's how we do it here in Auburn, and especially with no outlet signs, and that's our thing. But no, I just want to thank Megan and everybody that was involved in that. That was extremely responsive, and the citizen, I'm sure everyone else on that road is very happy to be able to produce results that quick. So thank you very much.
Our engineering services staff moved on that in the traffic division very quickly once the request came through. So if citizens see things like that, if they would let us know or let you know, we'd be happy to take care of them when we can. But we won't get into semantics about no outlet versus dead end because that's engineer speak. But beyond that, and I think it's actually dead end isn't. Yeah, but we'll talk about that another night. But yes, thank
Whatever
you very
the
much.
sign said, it went up
Exactly.
quick. It was a good sign, very good sign.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move ahead for Auburn University communications.
Hi, I hope y'all are all doing well. I also hope all Auburn students, or most Auburn students, are doing well after that win this weekend. That was something else. I mean, I don't even know football, and I know that was something. So that's very exciting. Morale is just like out of this world this week on campus already. So some things happening at the university. Lately, External Affairs is a branch in SGA. I'm a part of it. Today we put on a voter registration drive in the Student Center, and we got a lot of students registered to vote. I think a lot of students, especially out-of-state ones, don't realize that they can vote in local and elections and stuff. So we were really excited to get that done today. And then also in SGA, the Heyday team is super excited. Heyday is next week, October 13th, a week from tomorrow. So if you go out in Auburn and say hey, people respond probably better than a normal day, because it is Heyday. So we're really excited about that. And then this week is a pretty big week in Auburn. Tip-off at Tumors on Thursday at 7. We are so excited. We didn't have that last year, and I missed the one the year before that, so I'm really excited about that. I don't think a lot of students will be leaving, considering the Georgia game is this weekend and tip-off at Tumors. But it is fall break Thursday, Friday, so students won't have classes. And I'm excited. I have a midterm, so I'm excited about that. But because of events like Tip-Off at Tumors and the Georgia game and all the events in Auburn, I learned that officials from the World Games came today, and they met with the city of Auburn and Auburn University to look at how we carry out events here. And it's really great to see Auburn lead by such an example in the state. I can't really speak for the Tuscaloosa people over there, but I really am proud of how Auburn, the city, and Auburn University puts events and things on. SGA teams have been working really hard on making game days more efficient. We have our new mobile Tiger card passes getting into the stadium, so that is great. Can't wait. Hope this weekend goes well. And then a little fun fact about campus, the new multi-million-dollar dining hall, The Edge, Served over 60,000 meals the first month it was open, so it's really delicious. We're excited to host you, Mary Anders, there later this month for City Breakfast and Mocha's with the Mayor. And it is confirmed On the Lawn will be happening next semester, so don't worry, we'll get y'all passes for all that. So that's about all I have. Thank you, War Eagle.
Thank you. The council really doesn't have to come to that. If y'all run out of space or anything,
We'd love t-shirts though, please.
thank you for that report. All right, at this time, we'll move into citizens' communications on items on tonight's agenda. Remember, this is just an opportunity for you to speak to what's on the agenda tonight. There is one item under ordinances that does have a public hearing involved, and that would be the appropriate time for you to speak on that item. But if there's anything else on the agenda tonight you'd like to speak to, now is the time. Please come forward and give us your name and address for the record. Okay, seeing no one, we'll move ahead. City Manager's communications.
Mayor, since we already covered our new social media launch, I'm ready to roll into the consent agenda.
Please.
All right, does any council member wish to remove an item from the consent agenda and deal with that item individually?
Yes, I'd like to remove item 8B1.
I'd like to remove 8B4, please.
And I'd like to remove 8B2, please.
It'd be 1, 2, and 4 is what we have thus far.
Yes, anyone else? Okay, we'll start with 8B1. Ms. Crouch?
Item 8B1 authorizes a contract with Foresight Group to design pickleball courts at Yarborough Tennis Center in the amount of $24,100.
Move for approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, and I'll go ahead and begin the discussion. Megan, have we looked at, and I'm very excited about pickleball courts. We certainly understand the phenomenon that is pickleball in our community and really growing in our area, and I'm proud that we're getting more courts and more inventory. Have we evaluated whether those courts could be covered or not?
It is something that we plan to look at in the design. I've had a discussion with our Parks and Recreation Director, Becky Richardson, and we have a newly formed pickleball club in Auburn, as it kind of the Opelika group and Auburn group kind of split. And we have mixed feedback from that group about their interest in it being covered. So it's something we're going to vet through in the design process and look at all options at this time. So we'll talk with the consultants about it and leave it out there as an alternative. But we need to see too what our pickleball folks really ultimately want and what the cost effectiveness of that would be.
Okay, good. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 8B2 authorizes a 2-year contract with Lee County Humane Society for animal sheltering services. The fiscal year 2022 amount is $170,585, and the fiscal year 2023 amount will be negotiated based on the city's pro rata share of animals submitted to the Lee County Humane Society from Auburn residents and the city's Animal Control Division.
Move for approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Mr. Griswold, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I have no problem at all voting to approve this existing contract, but I would ask that the next time the council gets together with staff to discuss outside agency funding, I'd like us to consider increasing our per animal contribution towards the contract.
All right, our Environmental Services Director, Katrina Cook, handles all of our communications with Lee County Humane Society, and we'll be prepared when we work on outside agency funding going into the biennial budget. We'll do that in the spring to have some ideas there if that's something the council chooses to consider.
Sure. Thank you.
Do we know what this amount is over our last fiscal year?
Eric, can you help her with the plexiglass will be gone before your next meeting, so this will be a little easier. Okay.
The last fiscal year was $209,000. This year is considerably less, and that's because of donations. So our government contracts are also based on donations and the contracts they have with the City of Auburn and the City of Opelika. So government contracts takes up about 45% of their budget, and 55% of their budget is funded by way of donations and support that they receive as a nonprofit agency.
Do we know if their intake has increased or not? Or
Well, yes, intakes have increased. If you just want to look at our August numbers, our difference is 7 from last year to this year for our August numbers. We get our numbers from the month before, the next month, 2 weeks after. So we'll get September numbers next week.
okay, thank you.
Any other comments or questions? This group does, what a wonderful job that they do to take in all these animals and try to find homes for them. Certainly, if it wasn't for the Lee County Humane Society, this would be the business that the city would be in. So they provide a great service, and I appreciate your staff's relationship with them, Katrina, to work alongside with them in support of the residents of Auburn. Okay. All right, we've got a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 8B4 authorizes an agreement with Auburn Bank for the installation of electrical receptacles and tree wells along North Gay Street and East Magnolia Avenue in the amount of $20,400.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Hovey, I'll turn this over to you.
I just needed to pull it off so I could abstain.
Okay, one abstention. All right, any other comments or questions from the council? All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the balance of the consent agenda?
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The consent agenda is approved.
Under ordinances this evening, item 9A amends Chapter 12, Article 8, Section 12-277, towing fees of the city code. The proposed changes would authorize a maximum fee of $150 for non-consensual towing from private property and a maximum fee of $75 for wheel locking. Unanimous consent is necessary.
I introduce the ordinance and ask for unanimous consent.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Does anyone on the council have a problem moving forward with a vote on this evening?
I'm going to deny unanimous consent. I'd like to hear more from the citizens of Auburn on this before we up and just pass this tonight.
Okay. So unanimous consent has been denied, and this will appear on our next meeting in October.
Yes, and to date, I don't know if any of the council members have, we have not received any questions at City Hall about it. Our staff has been in contact with towing companies. This was at the request of one towing company about fees, and I want to differentiate for you. The non-consensual towing is towing from private property for realty companies and others that may have signs up, any private property. The towing that the city would do if you were illegally parked on a sidewalk or what have you is in a different category, and that falls at a different fee structure. It would be a lower fee. Okay.
All right, so this certainly gives our community a couple of weeks to ask more questions if they need to get more information. Okay. we'll bring
Absolutely.
this up. All right.
Item 9B authorizes the installation of one stop sign in Camden South Phase 1. Unanimous consent is necessary.
I'll introduce the ordinance and ask for unanimous consent.
Second.
All right, have a motion and a second. Does anyone on the council have a problem moving forward with a vote on this evening? All right, seeing and hearing none, is there any discussion? Okay, roll call, Lindsay.
Dixon,
Yes.
Griswold,
Yes, ma'am.
Hovey,
Yes, ma'am.
Parsons,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes, ma'am.
Taylor,
Yes.
Witten,
Yes.
Dawson,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Item 9C is a request from David Slocum on behalf of Curtis and Pauline Jolly to rezone approximately 20.78 acres located at the terminus of Southview Drive from rural to development district housing. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval of this request at its August 12, 2021 meeting. This is the second reading of this ordinance. A public hearing is required.
Move for approval.
Second.
All right, I do have a motion and a second. At this time, we'll open the public hearing. If you'd like to address the city council, please come forward and give your name and address for the record. Okay.
Good evening, I'm David Slocum, I'm representing the property owner. I just wanted to give you a little background on this. When this request was first made, there was a local developer who was interested in buying the property, and we were hired to develop a plan for townhomes, and a conditional use request accompanied this request. Since then, the developer has decided not to pursue development and purchase of the property. So we removed that conditional use request from your agenda at the last meeting. So this is simply a rezoning request directly from the property owner. So
All right, any questions for Mr. Slocum?
I'll be glad to answer questions, but just keep in mind that there's no particular plan that is in place. It's simply rezoning.
All right, thank you. Anyone else like to address the council in the public hearing? This is on this agenda item. Yeah, yes, sir. Anyone else? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Is any discussion from the council? Questions? All right, seeing and hearing none. Lindsay with a roll call?
Griswold,
Yes, ma'am.
Hovey,
Yes, ma'am.
Parsons,
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Taylor,
Yes.
Witten,
Yes.
Dawson,
Yes, ma'am.
Dixon,
Yes.
Anders.
Yes.
Mayor, those are all the items of business we have for you this evening.
Okay. At this time, we'll open up the Citizens Open Forum. This is an opportunity for you as a citizen to address the city council about anything that might be on your mind. You'll have 3 minutes to speak to the city council. Please give us your name and address to the record, and remember that your comments should be directed towards the council. Yes, sir, if you'd like to come forward.
Good evening, members of the council. My name is Jimmy Glenn. My address is 501 Bird Street, Auburn. And for the past couple days, well, past couple weeks, I have a vehicle parked on the street. And I've been receiving some requests by the building code to move it, and I had been down and talked to the police department, requested to speak to the captain, but I talked to Mr. Webster, Officer Webster, and explained to him that I was unable to move the vehicle at this time due to some issues with my property. I know this is a new administration, and maybe some things will change as a result of that. But since 2016, I have been experiencing, I'm gonna have to take this mask off. I've been experiencing some issues with flooding on my property as a result of the installation of some drain pipes put there by the city jointly with the water department. And it's currently under litigation to have those pipes resituated because there are some holes and sinkholes on the property, and there's damage to the property. I'm currently I'm currently dealing with the issue through the courts. I'm not having any success with your attorney, Randall Morgan. I didn't have success with the attorney Davidson. I think, first, let me say, I may go a little over your 3 minutes, but let me know. But I'm from Auburn. I was born and raised in Auburn. And I hadn't been out of the United States, but I've been all over the United States. And when somebody asks me where I'm from, I'm not ashamed to tell them. I'm sort of disappointed in the way your legal representatives have misled and misdirected me into trying to address the problems I'm having at my residence. I'm saying this to say that that's not the type of image I would want my city to project. Now, I'm not going to go into detail with it, but you can find it out. The court documents are public records. I'm here personally tonight to ask you to just delay any actions on removing that truck. And instead of ordering this removal, why don't somebody come and work with me to try to incorporate or reinstitute a drive in my area and a gravel driveway so
Try to wrap it up, Mr. Glenn.
so some vehicles could access that area that needs to be repaired. That's all I
Sure.
I want to say.
How long has your car been on the street, Mr. Glenn?
It's been on the street since for over a year.
Okay, over a year, okay. And you
May
don't-
I ask a question, Mayor?
Sure.
Based upon the information I received from the building code inspector, John Orr,
Yes, sir.
he said there was somebody making a complaint about it. Was it a city official? I'd like to know who that person is that made the complaint about it, because I don't think they understand the situation. And Mr. Orr didn't understand the situation.
Sure.
That's why I
Ms.
felt.
Kraus, is that something we need to look into and get back with him later?
Mr. Glenn's been told several times to submit a public records request
Okay,
for that information.
okay. So, all right, so
Mr. Glenn, do you know how to do that?
do you understand what to do?
I don't think I have to do that. If you, if.
You do have to submit a public records request to receive that information.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is he submitting a request for? What information? So I
He's
can understand.
requesting who complained.
Legally, you have no complaint unless two
Mis-
people are named.
Mayor, the case is under litigation. I don't think we need to be commenting at all.
Well, is it,
Correct. This driveway is, Councilperson Dawson's absolutely correct. Anything involving the litigation, we cannot discuss here. We certainly can in an executive session with the council, but this is a separate and apart issue from litigation. And with anything, we do have citizens say it's unrelated occupancy. They'll want to know, well, who complained? And why is the city looking into this? So we require a public records request about that. And then we have to go through a legal process, and we will follow that process.
who would be next?
Excuse me, I have a question
Sure,
for the city
yeah,
manager.
yeah.
Regarding the vehicle parked on the street, does that have anything to do with the litigation?
No, it does not.
Okay, so,
That's what I
You're out of order, sir. Yes, sir. You're out of order, Mr. Glenn.
so you'll have your staff or whatever look into the two separate, the separate issue of the vehicle?
That has nothing to do with this, and that's why we've been pursuing. A complaint was received, and we followed up.
Mr. Glenn, you're out of order. I'm going to ask you please not to speak out again, okay?
We follow our procedures, and we receive a complaint, and the complaint was it's been there over a year, and we followed up and followed due process, and the vehicle is scheduled to be towed late this week if it is not moved. Like everybody else in the city has to follow the same law.
Any other comments regarding this from the council? Okay. Anyone else like to speak to the council? Okay. Is there a move to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, we are adjourned.